Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today we're going to take a look at some DCT Diecast Team, which seems to be a company out of China. The licensing is questionable, if there are any licenses at all. They are also, I guess, the same company as GCD from what I heard, and GCD makes some pretty premium stuff. I have a few of their castings, and I've done a video on GCD in the past, so you can check out the Import Diecast playlist for more videos like this one and to see GCD. This is DCT. Anyway, it's an AliExpress purchase. I think you can find them all over eBay too. We've got two brand new castings, a Spyker, totally weird car. This is the C12 Laturby, what a weird name. This, I believe only one of these actually was made and then the whole thing was scrapped. But there was a C8 that was made and went into production, I believe, and that was an 8-cylinder version. This would have been, as it suggests by the name, a 12-cylinder version. Anyway, not to get in the weeds about the real car, we're really just looking at the diecast here. And then we got a Volvo C30. This is a brand new casting. I actually got two versions of the Spyker. And then we've got this one, which is in their older packaging. This is a Honda Civic Type R, 2007. So we're going to start with this one. This is the older casting, and by older, I don't know, maybe like a year old, something like that. I honestly am not sure. Looks like we're going to need to get the old trusty box cutter out and still struggle. Why not? Let's try that again. Let's try it on this side. There we go. So we'll peel this. So these come in an acrylic case. Packaging on these is actually, I think, better than the GCD, except for with GCD, if you remember them or if you're familiar with them, they come with a microfiber cloth. You're not going to get that kind of luxury with this particular brand, but still some pretty nice looking cars. And again, licensing, I don't know. This one says Honda official licensed product on the bottom. It's possible. It's possible. Ages 14 plus, collector's model, yada, 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 made in China, we know that, diecast team. They have a bunch of different castings, and again, we've looked at some of them on here already. You can likely find that video fairly easy. But this is DCT. I'm trying to think of what the toolings were that we looked at in the previous video. But anyway, we're going to do this one. So we got the Honda Civic. This is actually like a textured paper, like cardboard. So it's actually textured. It doesn't look like we get that in the newer packaging. Not necessarily attractive packaging, but it's decent, I guess. We've got the tape that covers up or tries to hold together the acrylic. Diecast team on the bottom. Get these little stickers off that have some Chinese writing, or what I would assume is Chinese writing. Obviously, I cannot read that. And then we have the casting itself, which is not screwed to the base. I kind of like that it's not screwed to the base. However, it does obstruct your view if you're just trying to like store it or display it like this. So I can kind of see how that would be annoying. So there's just no perfect way to package diecast, is there? It's all trade-offs. And then it has a sticker with what it is. So Honda Civic Type R Sedan FD2 1/64 scale diecast team. Kind of a goofy logo for them. Almost looks like a transformer. Like Autobot looking face thing. And then we got the car itself. So here it is. So this is going to be, are these plastic? Yeah, this is plastic. So plastic base, but you get a separate piece for the exhaust. But yeah, that is plastic. I don't know if all of them are plastic. This one in particular is, which I don't really care if it's plastic or metal. That really doesn't make much of a difference to me. What matters is the detail and how accurately the car is represented. And we've got taillights that look really good, and they are multicolored. They're clear and red. and they are inserts. Pretty decently sharp graphics back there. We've got a little issue with the paint here in the corner. This looks like it's been in a little bit of a, we backed into something there. So this was definitely put away wet, and that seems to be the problem, because it definitely hit something while the paint was still wet. In fact, we have a hair in there for good measure as well. So that's a little disappointing. We have pretty good looking rims. A little Honda logo in there. I mean, that's pretty good. We've got disc brakes in all four corners. Silver painted backside of the mirrors. And it looks to be a very detailed interior. So take a look in there, including the steering wheel and all of that. Looks to be really good detail. So pretty awesome, actually, in spite of the whoopsie over here in the corner. It rolls as well, pretty decently, actually. It's got rubber tires, of course. And all in all, not a bad. Oh, geez, and I just dropped it. And nothing else broke, so that's good. The mirrors are a hard plastic, so yeah, you could easily break those off. If you're not careful, it does happen. But all in all, decent color. Paint job feels pretty good, pretty thick. And you can tell kind of how thick it is by this little issue back here. That's just too bad with that. Otherwise, this model would be pretty much perfect. But yeah, it's really, really nice. Not bad. Not bad. But this isn't really what we're here for today. It's not that Civic. We really want to check out these new models, and let's do the Volvo C30. And again, these are tightly wrapped in like kind of a brittle plastic wrap. Like it's not thin, it's like a thick plastic. So it's slightly challenging to remove. So the new packaging, all these new DCT models, and there's a couple more coming down the pipe, are looking like this. It's kind of like a chrome to black fade. And we have the chrome to black fade on the back with a white outline line drawing of the car. Which this line drawing of the car is just, honestly, I'm surprised it's not on, well, it is on this one, never mind. Silly me. It seems like every single brand out of China does this. They do this line drawing somewhere on the packaging of the casting. Like every single one of them does it. It's just look next time if you got some weird card. Like every single weird, like most of the time unlicensed brand does that. So on this particular model, there is no evidence on the packaging that this Volvo C30 is licensed. So we're going to assume that it isn't. And honestly, even with that Honda kind of stating that it's licensed, there's a chance that ain't either. It is what it is. So Diecast team again on the base, nothing's changed there, and it looks like nothing's changed with this. Maybe this one, maybe the Honda is licensed and this is not, because the Honda actually tells you it's a Honda and a year of the car. This actually doesn't even tell you it's a Volvo. It just says Diecast Team C30. It doesn't say Volvo on it anywhere. The C30, not familiar with this car really. I just got it because it was a new tooling and I thought that would be cool to take a look at it. And that's got to be like the casting number, DCT 017. What does this one say? Nothing. This one doesn't have anything. So they're labeling the blisters now, the mold. But this one, like I said, it doesn't say, it just says Diecast Team C30, 1/64 scale. Nothing regarding that it's a Volvo, but it is a Volvo. Does that actually... It does say Volvo on that front end. So you can tell, the plastic base on this one too, you can tell that these are a little bit, there's a little bit less care that goes into these than does the GCD models. You can definitely tell that. The GCDs will have metal bases, they'll have like a steering up front too even, which is a little weird, but they have that. And just a little bit, definitely a higher quality feel to them. These though are definitely not bad by any means. We still got, which likely is a prototypical wheel with a disc brake that actually rotates with the wheel, so it's part of the actual wheel tooling, it looks like. So not like a separate piece, but I guess it's nice that they put that in there. It's cool when you can show the calipers and they're separate pieces. And actually, you know what? It looks like these are separate pieces. They're just not like keyed into the back base, which is what they usually do to keep it from spinning. Anyway, there's that. There's treaded tires that look pretty decent. Again, plastic base, metal body. We have, it's fairly detailed headlights. We have, all right, detailed taillights. Oil residue on the back window. Again, separate piece for some exhausts. Actually, just this piece right here is separate. This other piece is just a painted part of the base. Just made in China on the bottom. Nothing to indicate what kind of car it is. And it rolls really smooth, actually. So, I don't mind it. I think it's okay. It's decent. It's not bad. Nice little premium diecast little model. Just a little, like an odd car. It's not a car I would ever be excited about, but I suppose the kind of cool thing about that is like we're probably never going to see this in like a premium diecast from any other company. So that's where sometimes these Chinese brands can really shine. They make cars that really no one else does a lot of the times. And speaking of that, when we get to this thing, the Spyker, I don't think anybody's made a Spyker ever in 1/64 scale. Does this have suspension? What the heck? Wait a minute. Does this have suspension too? I know the GCD models, I think, do. This one feels like it's got a little bit of flex in there. I don't know. You'd have to take one apart. They are screwed together. We could do it, but I'm not going to. But, dude, there's suspension here. It's definitely there. I don't think it's just the axles bending. But it's hard to tell because they hit the wheel well so fast. I don't know. I don't know. Looks like there's a little bit more of a gap on these ones, so we might be able to check that out. All right. Lastly, the C12 Laturbsky. We'll just open them both up kind of at once here. I'm not sure why I ended up getting two colors of this. I wanted one in like the gray, and I think I wanted a brighter color too. Oh, by the way, that's the other thing. When this diecast team, when they put out these cars, they put out like all the colors at once. So you can have your pick of what color you want. And you'll have a lot of choices. Like there's probably no less than like 7 or 8 different colors of this car. I want to say maybe 6, something like that. But anyway, enough. Immediately, they just release the casting. They release it in every single color they're going to put it out in. It seems like right away. They did it with the Volvo too, and I just picked this kind of cool minty mint chip ice cream kind of color because I thought that was kind of cool and unique. I don't think I really have any other cars in my collection that are really that color. Maybe an Auto World might be kind of close, I think, now that I think of it, but I can't remove this. Come on. There we go. I doubt it, right? Yeah, no licensing whatsoever. No indication that they even tried. There is, again, the line drawing on the back, and, you know, you got your chrome faded to black. And another thing with these is the boxes. These cardboard boxes fit extremely tight on here. Just kind of pull them both out again at once. Or try to. Oh yeah, duh. We gotta remove the little stickers. No, that one ripped, that's okay. That one ripped too. Whatever. What number do we got on the bottom of this one? This is DCT 016. The other one was 017. So that theory about the tooling numbers making some sense. Now I can get this sticker off. By the way, the quality of the acrylic case, pretty decent. Not bad. It's not like thin and cheap feeling like an M2. And it's right there where it should be, I guess. Decent plastic. It's very clear. This one's cracked. Again, this was shipped all the way from China. It happens. You got a cracked acrylic case. You would never really know, actually. If you were to display it like that, you just never know that it was actually cracked. But it is. I might swap it out with a different car. We'll see. And then, again, the car. And again, both of them have that going on. Where it just says C12 Laturby. Now, if this were a GCD, another thing that you'd have an upgrade of, this would be an aluminum, like plate, like trophy engraved plate kind of thing going on. And that's not what we have here. And honestly, that doesn't matter. It's fine. Like I said, all I care about is, does the car look cool? Is it accurately scaled? And does it have a lot of detail? And yeah, I'm going to say straight away, you're probably going to see the details better on the orange one, so we'll focus on that one for a minute. So the Spyker, if you're not familiar with it, just Google it. They're strange. There's the logo up there, the propeller logo. And I guess it kind of does have old airplane vibes / I don't know, old speedboat vibes. I don't know. And it's got something like that going on. Plastic base, rubber tires with the treads. We do have breakage in there. And again, I think they rotate. Looks like they're rotating with the wheel. And I don't know. Like, it does feel like there's a little suspension there. This one, yeah, I mean, there's definitely something there. This one, for some reason, is sitting a little higher. These things roll really nice, by the way. Again, I should remind you. The mirrors, they did a decent job kind of replicating the weird mirror. By the way, the door handle, I believe, on these is on the inside of the mirror. So you touch it, and it pops the door open. And I believe they open like a Lambo, like scissor doors. I'm pretty sure they do. But anyway, detail. This thing's got all sorts of weird little vents and stuff in it that you just painted silver. It looks okay. Interior's really where this car should shine because it's got no roof on it. You got the rear view mirror hanging in the window, which looks pretty decent for 1/64 scale. And then, of course, the gauges and details and the unique kind of like boat-looking steering wheel in the thing. It's like an old wood boat, speedboat. Little roll bar thingies on the seats. And all in all, it's pretty neat. Let's be honest. I mean, it's pretty neat that they did this car to begin with, or that anybody would do this car. I don't think we're ever going to see it made by any other diecast company. I just do not think in 1/64 scale anyhow. I don't know if there's maybe like a 1/18 out there somewhere or some bigger scale out there. No clue. But I don't think we're ever going to see this in 1/64 scale beyond what we got here today. So this is a unique choice. You know, oddly, I think the only other brand I would think of that would actually dare to do this car would be like Para 64 or something. And we do have a little paint issue right here too. It's very, very small, but it is there. It's like a little chip in the side, and I don't think that I did that. The paint, gosh, the paint almost feels not quite cured. Yeah, it feels kind of like I could dig my thumbnail into it. I'm not going to do it, obviously. The gray one doesn't seem to have that issue. But this one, it almost feels like literally like I could dig my thumbnail into it. Like the clear coat's really thick and it's not quite finished. That's kind of interesting because these are brand new. I mean, these probably are pretty hot off the line. They're made in China, sold from China, shipped from China. I pre-ordered these two cars, actually, and this one. I pre-ordered as well. This one came first, and then these two came like a week or so later, and then I waited till I had both of them to go ahead and check out. Another car that they're putting out is the Dome Zero. They're going to be putting out that car, and I pre-ordered that one as well. That is going to be an interesting one to check out as well, and definitely a unique choice for a diecast company to come out. But DCT, do I recommend? Yes. I would say yes if you want a Spyker. I keep wanting to say Striker. If you want a Spyker C12, which is a very odd and rare car, considering the fact I think there was really only one of them made, you know, yes, this would be the brand to grab. They do a pretty decent job. They're pretty detailed, and they're not very expensive from what I recall, and I don't quite 100% remember exactly, but yeah, I would recommend checking them out. I mean, if you're a Civic fan, go ahead and pick up this thing. Just hope you don't get one that's been put away with wet paint, which I'm going to guess is the case here. Not really sure, but probably. I don't know. Licensing, if that bugs you, just get the Hondas. Or I think if they do Toyotas, those are probably going to be licensed too. I think you're probably safe with the Japanese brand cars. They seem to be the easiest to work with when it comes to licensing. That's why you have almost any brand seems to be licensed, no problem. When it comes to Toyota, I'm guessing Honda, both of those, I think any brand can get a hold of and do without issues. And I could be wrong, but that's what it just seems like. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, what you think about the Spyker or the Volvo, or the Honda. Now this thing doesn't want to roll. There it goes. Yeah, now it doesn't want to. Why is this thing not rolling now? We should take one of these apart for science, but I'm not going to. I think I might have actually, now that I think of it, though, in the last time I featured this brand, but I can't remember. Anyway, pretty nifty indeed. All right, thank you guys for watching another video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Enjoy your day or evening or whatever. Bye.